Y'all, this is the pumpkin we're going to do tonight, okay? It is layered. It is going to be really, really pretty, I think. So come hang out for a little bit. And I know I'm early. I like it. I'm really digging this. I hope you're liking it too. Let's see if we can get this thing moving. So I'm gonna just paint, this is the backer piece, okay? And this is what it looks like one more time, all right? Hi Shirley, how are you? Welcome. I'm gonna just use this, this is French linen, okay? Just to paint the back. Now, all of this, no, I take it back. Okay, I'm really going crazy here. That's what's happening, is I am going crazy. So let me just not do that. Hold on. I just realized what I was saying and that I was about to mess up. So this is the backer. Okay, the bottom part we're gonna paint in French linen, not the whole thing. Okay, so we're gonna paint the pumpkin with this, like, just, it's like a, I don't know, just a plain beige-ish color. Okay, the rest of it is gonna be part of the layering, so it needs to be green because that's all leaves, or like vine, I guess. I'm glad I caught myself before I actually did it, because then I'd have to repaint it, and that's just aggravating. Hi Laura, hi Lisa, hey Paula, how are you? Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, Monday's my birthday, y'all. So excited about that. Y'all, I had a rough day today. It was a rough one. I think I told you a while back, I got promoted, and being a manager sometimes sucks. So I'm glad today's over though. It was a rough one. All right, now I'm not painting this perfectly, okay? It's not even full coverage. I just like to paint my backer pieces. Okay, now the top part, I do need to paint it good because it is going to show through. Let me show you the outline of this pumpkin. Okay, so this has like a bibbity bobbity feel to me. I just absolutely love it. This is what's gonna overlay that. And then there's some pumpkin pieces. Okay, there's a few pieces that fit into it. That's why I'm not worried about this backer part. But up here, I am worried about it. Now I'm thinking, I don't know if this is too much for a Posca pen, but I think I'm going to use a Posca pen. Thank you so much, Laura. I appreciate y'all. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to try and just color this with a pen. I think it might be easier this way. I was going to use moss, but I like how bright green this is. Plus, I love using these pens. And I think this might be a small enough area that I can get away with it. So, plus they are really great coverage. In general, I don't usually have to go back and do a second layer whenever I use these pens. Unless if it's like white or something, and then maybe I might. But the darker colors, I usually don't. All right. And although paste is great to paint with, you have to water it down a little bit, and so that causes it to be a little bit less full coverage, okay? So, let me just see. Okay. Just looking at my backer, I mean at my, the part that's gonna go over the top of this, make sure that I'm thinking correctly here. Now, we are also going to use Rub and Buff, okay? And y'all, if you have not tried Rub and Buff yet, you need to. It's so much fun. It's absolutely gorgeous, okay? Super, super pretty. And we're also going to use the new medallion transfer, which I haven't gotten a chance to use it yet. So that's really exciting. We're going to use it a little differently, I think, than it was probably intended to be used. But aren't all of the products that I show on my live, you can pretty much interpret how to use it however you like and make it yours. Hi, Sandra. How are you? You're going to love it, Laura. You need to try it. I buy mine on Amazon, and it is amazing. It's so freaking shiny. And, like, if you use it on, like, a bigger surface than a cutout, then whenever if you take, like, a microfiber cloth to it, it really shines it up so good. It's awesome. Hi, Deborah. How are you? Oh, no. Okay, I will send you a message after my live tonight. Thank you for letting me know. Okay. All right. And I'm so sorry to hear that you're not feeling well. That stinks. So, y'all, I have a busy 2 weeks coming. Okay. I did not quit my job. No. I had a rough day today. So, and it's Friday. I took off early. Plus, I work through lunch pretty much every day of my life. So, 5 o'clock cannot come soon enough most days. And today, you know, it's Friday. I figured I deserve to take off a little bit early. Whatever. Anyway, so I've got a busy couple weeks coming up. We are going to be heading to Alabama to meet up with my mom's side of the family. Okay, pretty much all my aunts and uncles. And then, I think I might have told y'all this last night. So if you were with me last night, I'm sorry for repeating myself. But then on the way back, we got to go. Chris is going to have to drop me off in New Orleans, because I have to work in New Orleans the next week. And I have to be there Tuesday morning, and we're coming back Monday. And so I'm gonna have to get him to drop me off at the airport to pick up a rental car so that I can be there for the week, and then I'll fly home from there. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, it's actually working out perfectly. And my boss is too funny, y'all. I told him, well, I'm gonna be in Alabama, so Chris will have to drop me off. And he said, well, I'm gonna be in Atlanta next week, or during Labor Day, so I can just pick you up in Alabama. I'm like, I mean, okay, but Chris will take me. It'll be fine. And thank God, Chris is a great sport, y'all. He really, I don't know how I got so lucky, but we both did, I guess. Oh, nice, Deborah. Hey, Steph, how are you? Hi, Patsy. So, yeah, it'll be busy. I was working a little bit ago, right before I came on my live, to plan out my project, make sure that I have something. I am going to try my hardest to go live from Alabama, so it'll probably be mornings, okay, while we're there. And then I intend to go live while I'm in New Orleans too, okay? Maybe not the first night, because it'll be a long journey on Monday, but starting on Tuesday. So I'm gonna just use, oh, I thought I had green on me. It's just my veins. Y'all, I'm so not tan right now. I'm gonna be burnt to a crisp whenever I get to New Orleans. Okay, so just painting the stem of my pumpkin brown, okay? So this is what we have so far. I know it looks not finished, but I promise you, by the time we get through here, it will be finished. So, all right, I have this, like, I don't know what this color is. It is, well, I do. It's called Mars Orange. And I want to do this for my pumpkin. Yeah, so Deborah, we have a big project going on right now. Well, actually, two of our projects are the engineering firm that we're using is in Atlanta. So I end up going there all the time. I'll be there, gosh, the week of the 11th of September. So like September's going to be busy. And I'm sure October probably will be too. I'm going to be wild and crazy. All over the place, all the time. But I'm really excited to go to New Orleans because I have some new guys that just started working for me. And I haven't actually met them in person yet. So I will get to meet them. Plus we have people from our executive team coming in. And so I want to be there in person to see them and to introduce them to my team and all that stuff. Plus, I kind of want to take a tour of our facility. I haven't done that yet because I just started this job in March, so it's all new to me still. Okay, I'm loving this color. It's called Mars Orange. It's called, the brand of this paint is called Hisico. And y'all, it is a really good paint. I got it from Amazon. And I just bought it because it came like in a pack of a bunch of these bottles, a bunch of different colors. And I liked that because I like to have a little bit of a variety and not just like the standard, you know, red, blue, yellow, green, but kind of altered colors. And I'm really digging this color orange. I like it a lot. It's a nice burnt orange. It's really dark for a pumpkin, but I like it. It's kind of got that spooky vibe to it. Okay, so I've got my words. So this is gonna say hello pumpkin. Let me go ahead and do my leaf really quick, let that dry. And then we'll do the words too. And I'm just going to use chalk paint for the words. And then Rub and Buff for the outline, which is going to be, it's going to be so pretty, y'all. I'm excited. Hi, Lori. How are you? Okay. There we go. And then real quick, we have a little stem over here. Just, gosh, these pens make it so easy. There we go. And no cleanup. It's perfect. Okay, so there's that. I'm loving this color green too. Okay, so now I'm gonna just do the words in black. Yeah? What have you been up to? Yeah, I think it's gonna be perfect. And the gold is gonna set all of this off, and I'm excited. Hi, Rebecca, how are you? I'm like this jet setter again all of a sudden. So whenever I moved to Tennessee, I don't live in Tennessee now. I live in Texas now. But when I was in Tennessee, I started working for this company that's not the one I'm with now, but a different company. And they own refineries and a pipeline company. And pretty much all of it was down here in Texas, like in the Gulf Coast or like in Midland. So I was traveling back to Texas so much, all of 2019, y'all. I mean, the whole year I was gone traveling. So I moved to Tennessee and then I just left all the time. I was staying with a friend at first, whenever I first moved up there, while I was waiting for my house to sell. And thank God, they were awesome. My friend's husband would keep my dogs for me at the house. And so I could just go whenever I needed to. So I spent all that time traveling, and then the pandemic hit and I entirely quit traveling and became a homebody and didn't ever go anywhere. I never ever left my house, hardly. Nowhere to go because I was working from home. And plus everything was kind of shut down, and y'all know how it was. Anyway, so now I've started this new job, and I have been all over, up to Indianapolis, out to Atlanta, to New Orleans, just like back and forth. I feel like I'm like getting whiplash from traveling so much. But it's fun. We have a good time. And I love my company that I'm with now, so that's good. Although I did love the place I was working for before, don't get me wrong. But I sure am happy where I'm at. Okay. There we go. So super easy. I just knocked all that over my paint jar. Luckily, it didn't spill anything. So I'm going to go ahead. So this is like the end of one of the makeup sponges. That's about where I quit using them. Because if I use them again, I could. Hi, Marie. How are you? I could totally use it again. But I'm going to end up with paint all over my hands. And that's the point of using those sponges, is so that I don't make a huge mess. And I end up making a bigger mess. Okay, so this is Rub and Buff. Okay, that's what it looks like. It just comes in this tiny little container. And you need to use this in like a well-ventilated area, okay? Don't be huffing it or anything. But this one is Antique Gold, my favorite color of all of the Rub and Buffs. So I'm just gonna put a little bit there. And I just use these little sponge brushes, okay? And we're going to just spread that on. So this stuff is oil-based, okay? And you can get it, you can put it on your finger and use it. But it's a lot to wash it off of your hands, okay? So just keep that in mind. I mean, I've just used like Dawn dish soap to wash my hands after if I just use my finger, which is totally a way that you could do it, but it is not easy to get off of your hands. So, plus, don't get it on your clothes. You will regret it if you do. Okay, and literally just like that. It is kind of a little bit difficult to see this gold going onto the wood. So keep track of where you are. And just a little goes a long way. I use this stuff pretty frequently. And I've had these, I have like 4 different colors of this stuff. And I've had them for a long time and have yet to replace a bottle. So just a tiny little bit really does last a long time. Okay. But it's gonna make this project really, really pop. So you could use the like classic gold color too, and I think that would be really nice here. But the antique gold's my favorite. Okay. Hi Gwen, how are you? Yes, there's silver, there's regular gold. I also have a bronze color, which I thought I was gonna like that one a lot more than I actually ended up liking it. It's just like kind of a brown. I mean, it's okay, I guess, for certain things. But I am absolutely in love with the gold, the antique gold and the regular gold. But the silver is really nice too for certain things. It just depends on what you're looking for your project. But it does look like metal. And you can buff it once it's dry. It dries pretty quick too. Once it's dry, you can buff it and it'll get shinier. It's really neat how it works. I don't even know what this stuff is, but it's a really cool product. All right, so getting that spread. And this is going to be really nice, I think, whenever we're done. Hey, Denise, how are you? What's going on? And actually, Laura, I ended up buying, whenever I bought my first couple of jars of it, I bought it in a 2-pack, I think. It may have been a 3-pack, but I bought it like, I bought the gold and the silver at the same time. And then I loved it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to go back for more. And so I went and I found that they have true gold and the bronze, and so I bought those too. But yeah, if you, whenever you comment the keyword, it's in my Amazon list. Or, I mean, you can just search for it on Amazon too, if you like. Okay, so there's my, and I know it's kind of hard to tell, okay? But that is my outline, and I think I'm pretty good here. Here in just a few minutes, we'll line this up on there, make sure that we didn't miss anything. But this is gonna look really nice, I think, next to that green and the orange, especially with this color orange. I mean, I don't know if you can see it, but it's gonna be nice. So let's, well, I guess I'm gonna leave all of this right over here. Let me also, I need a baby wipe because we're about to make a mess, I think. Okay, so I have some colors here. These are the colors I pulled out. I've got Saffron, which is the new one, okay? Peach Cobbler, Shimmer Harvest, and Sage for a little bit of green, okay? So, as you all hopefully know, this is the 9x12 box frame. I don't know if you know this, but this box frame is low. It's low quantity on my website, and it will be retiring whenever it's gone, okay? Oh, fun. I love that. I'm not sure where Springtown is. Yeah, it looks great for an antique edge. You are correct, Lori. Okay. And Hobby Lobby. Oh, I need to go to Hobby Lobby desperately. I feel like I'm withdrawing from Hobby Lobby. Okay. Now, oh, let me show you. Did I show you all this? This is the large floral medallion. Okay, it is a big boy. This is D size. Now, again, you can comment the word pumpkin. I think it's pumpkin. Did I set up pumpkin? I don't know what I did. Yeah, it's pumpkin. I don't know what I'm doing. Here, let me put it here. All right, there we go. Yeah, it is, but we're going to use it a little differently. Like I said, I don't think, obviously, this is not the intention of this transfer specifically to do it the way we're doing it, but I mean, when do I ever do things the way they're supposed to be done? Hardly ever, okay? And hopefully, yeah, okay, my keyword's working. Marie, you may have to re-comment again, because you have 2 U's, and I don't know if it's going to pick that up or not. Sometimes it does, but... Okay. Lots of fuzz on here. I think the other night I used that ribbon that had all that fuzz on the edge, and now I've got it all over the place. Okay. And I can't seem to get it with these tweezers. I don't know what's going on. Okay, there you go. All right, so I'm just gonna fuzz a little bit. I don't think I need to fuzz that much. Mainly, I'm using this fuzzing cloth as a place to keep my transfer, to keep it from sticking to itself, okay? That is my biggest goal. Oh, really? Well, you know, I didn't realize whenever I first started using chalk products, I did not know how big this stuff was. Because, like, on the website it says, you know, the size, but do you really, whenever you think 12 by 18, do you really think, wow, that's big? No, you don't. You're like, oh, that sounds good. I'm going to put that in my house. And then you get it and you're like, this transfer's huge. And that's just a C size. Okay? So, like, my first D that I bought, girl, I'm like, what am I doing here? Okay. So, all right. So what I've done is, let me show you. Now, my pumpkin's going to take up a lot of the space on this frame, okay? So I took these points, the points right here, okay? And I counted them out, and I'm going to use these 4. I'm not going to do the center part, okay, up at the top. Just going to place those here. I'm going to make sure I'm stuck down really nicely. And I'm sticking more than what I'm actually going to put paste in, okay? So I think I want to do Hot Mess. So what I want to do Okay, I do. I'm looking. Do I have... Yeah, E-size are very intimidating, but they don't have to be. I mean, if you do this and stick it to your pheasant cloth, that will help you. Plus so many of them are cut apart anyways. So if you need to cut it apart, do that to save yourself from being intimidated by it. Okay, there's no reason. But I love the big ones mainly because you can use them as a background. You can use parts of them. There's a lot that have good words on them that maybe I don't want the whole, everything that it says on it, but I want part of it, you know, and it's easy to use that without having to use the entire transfer. So, okay, placement tape is it can be your best friend. Okay, I'm going to first of all tape off this line going around, because y'all know me, once I get moving, I don't stop moving, and then I mess up something. Okay, so I'd rather not do that. And around this circle, I think smaller pieces are going to be better. So we're just going to tear off small pieces to go around the circle. And you can get this placement tape right in my shop. Yeah, Saving Grace tape is right. You are not wrong. Seriously, it's saved my bacon so many times. Because I don't know what I'm doing, okay? I just start spreading paste or ink or whatever just all over the place, just without a care in the world. Like, what is your problem, lady? So this helps me a lot. Okay, now we're only doing 4 of these points, and then I want to do 4 points at the bottom too, and hopefully I have enough space. Yeah, you definitely do. It is so good to have, and it's cheap too. I think it's like $3 or $4 for a roll. And you can use it to tape stuff off. Like this, you can use it to tape off a paint line if you need to have it be nice and straight. It's also got little measurement markers on it. It's fabulous. Okay, so that's all I did, is just tape off this round part. Let me see if I can show you. Okay, all along there, so that I'm only putting paste up here on the top. Now I'm gonna stick this down a little bit better because it's kind of coming up. I do want to do hot mess though, okay? So that's what we're gonna aim for here. I have a mini squeegee. I have a couple of stir sticks. Again, stir sticks are awesome. Very cheap. Not even a little bit, Sue. No, not at all. It wasn't big enough. I have too much junk. I say junk. I don't have too much junk. I have too much stuff in that I tried to squeeze into that little room. Okay, and I also needed workspace. Plus, like, I wanted to be able to pack orders in there and do all kinds of other stuff, and it just wasn't feasible to do all that. Plus, not only that, but then my laser was inside, okay? And just imagine me trying to carry big boxes. This is Shimmer Harvest, so I'm just going to dot a little bit around, okay? Don't need a bunch, I don't think. We've got 4 colors here, so I'm gonna try and use all of them. Trying to carry huge boxes. I mean, you guys can imagine the amount of stuff I order, okay, on a regular basis with the amount of stuff that I have, and plus the stuff that I ship. I'm shipping stuff all the time, okay? Like I use those tote bags, the black ones, to carry shipments, and I used to use them even more whenever I had my shed, out of my shed once I had everything packed up. But like, there's not enough room in there to move around. In fact, look at that. that peach cobbler is so pretty. Whenever my mom and my cousin and my aunt came, I was so nervous, y'all, because all 4 of them, my mom's like, oh, well, come out to her shed. You got to see the shed. And I don't even know if my mom had seen it at that point in person yet. But we go out there and I'm just like sweating. Like, oh my gosh, there's not enough space for all 4 of us to be out there all at the same time. Luckily there was. If some of us sat on the floor, but me and my cousin both sat on the floor, which was totally fine. But it was too cramped, and it annoyed me. Plus I spent a lot of money on it. So it was like on the shed itself, on getting it ready. And so the fact that it was already too small the minute I moved in there was really annoying. Okay, so now I'm just going to take a squeegee. I've just put paste pretty much a little bit of everywhere, okay? And then I'm just going to let it mix, okay? And I'm going to make sure that I get the whole design all the way. Now, you can do hot mess however you like. You can keep it, like, don't let it mix so much by pulling it in a more organized way, but I'm just kind of letting it do its thing because I think it's a lot prettier whenever it mixes a little bit. Now, you do have a little bit of waste whenever you use hot mess, but I mean, that's just the way it is. Okay, I don't know what to tell you about that. So, oh my gosh, y'all, this is so pretty. Let me show you what I have. Okay, look how pretty that turned out. Now we're gonna try and mirror that on the bottom. Hopefully I can pull this off. I think we can, okay? I love sage too. I do. Okay, so we're gonna dry this really well, okay? And you wanna make sure it's entirely dry before you move forward. But yeah, it was just too small. I have way too much stuff. I had this desk that I bought to put in there as like a work table, which was great. It had storage in it, which was nice. It was like those box storage, cube storage or whatever. And I just put it back to back with each other, which was nice. But there was not enough space to be able to go through my stuff, to know what I had. And I also felt like I was cut off, like from the house. And I don't mind being like, now I have my office and my craft room in the house, and I love it because I'm right here. I don't feel like I have to go outside to come in here and work. Plus I can easily carry stuff from the front door and not have a tripping hazard. Okay, so that is my first part finished, and man, I love that. And then what I want to do is I'm going to, now this is mirrored on the other side, so I'm going to try my best not to make a mess here, okay? But I'm going to, luckily paste is washable, so if I get this on my shirt it won't be a big deal, okay? Now it's stuck on here pretty good, so I'm trying. There we go. That's the great thing about sticking it to the fuzzing cloth though. You don't have to worry about it sticking to itself, which is the major problem with these big transfers. Okay, so we want to use the top 4. I need to pull this down just a little bit. Let's see. Oh, they are kind of different. I see. Oh, no, they're not. Okay, I got it. I was looking at the wrong one. Okay, so then I want to try and see if I can line this up the best I can. And it looks like I'm just going to have a little bit, a little bit too tall there. So let me see how this looks from the bottom, I'm right up against my other part of my design. So what I want to do is, well, there's like a piece of something under there. I mean, I could, but there's paste on it, and I don't really want to mess with that. But I probably will pull that tape off there and use it again. Okay, so this side looks a little bit, let me just see where I'm at. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, so I also am not gonna go all the way here. Okay, so let me, yeah, I'm definitely gonna reuse this. So we're gonna go like that this time. Look at that. Yeah, I don't want to waste any of this tape, that's for sure. And it is obviously reusable, so, I mean, after this time, I'm not gonna keep on using it, but I don't need to pull off another 8 or 9 inches of tape when I can just use this roll. And Mom, now that you're here, y'all, I'm the worst. I completely forgot that yesterday was my dad's birthday, and I've been trying to call him all day long, and he's not answering. So, Daughter of the Year award is not going to be going to me this year, apparently. I mean, honestly, it should, but it's fine. It's fine if it doesn't. I get it. Okay. Now, again, I'm going to tape off this part because I don't want to go there, okay? And we're going to begin again, okay? And just make sure that your whole design is pushed down really nicely. Keyword is pumpkin. You can comment pumpkin. You can get the cutouts that we're going to use. And you can also get the surface and this transfer on sale. Okay, so I'm going to use the same colors. And I'm going to use the same stir sticks that I used a minute ago. So I'm going to have to, luckily I have them color facing up so I can see which ones are which. And I just love the sage so much. So much. I think this is going to be perfect, hopefully. Not always are do my ideas come to life. Yeah, I'll call him then. I thought he was probably at the country today, so I assume that's why he did not answer, but okay. All right, y'all. And yeah, I could have turned it over, but there's wet paste on there, and I don't want to end up spreading it or something else. Now, if you would like to do that, please. But look, I'm a mess, okay? Pretty much everything I do, if I try to shortcut it, becomes a nightmare. So I'd rather take a few extra minutes to make sure that I'm not going to be messing things up, and hopefully it comes out good, okay? Because I found that more times than not, I end up trying to cut corners and I end up messing something up. So okay, plus I could see through this side easier because it was clean still, okay? So now let's just hope and pray that this is lined up. Oh, it is. It's pretty good. Okay, so now this isn't, we're going to cover a lot of this up with the pumpkin, okay? So don't, yeah, generally I have found shortcuts bite me in the butt most of the time. So don't take this as finished, okay? Because we're not done. We still have this very large pumpkin to put on top of this. So just keep that in mind. I realize it's not lined up and all that perfectly, but I think it's good enough to help us. Yeah, it's super hot here, y'all. Hi, Cheryl. How are you? Welcome. Okay. Get this really, really nicely dry. And move some of this junk out of the way so that I have space to work. All right, here we go. So this is our backer. Y'all hopefully remember. Painted this a few months ago. Okay, now it's not, obviously it looks partway done, but I think this is going to be perfect for this. Okay, so we're going to put that down, maybe up a little bit even, okay, where you can see the background. And let's glue it down, okay? So I'm going to do just a little bit of glue. I try not to go too crazy with this glue up here. Just a little bit. I'm just like putting down a tiny bit of glue and then spreading it with the tip, okay? And you could also use something like Eileen's glue or super glue or any other glue that you like to put that down, okay? So get that on there really nicely. So there's our backer, okay? And then we'll go ahead and do the top part. And then we can fill it in with our pieces that go on top of it. Okay, so this is the topper. Isn't that pretty? And I just want to do one last little check, make sure that I didn't miss any places with whatchamacallit. Okay, so I do see a few little places where I need to come in and add some green, okay? So the beauty of using a Posca pen is I can just come in like this. And remember, my orange is going to be covering up anything that I don't have covered here. Okay, so I don't have to worry if I went too far or whatever because the orange pieces that we painted earlier will cover it, okay? But this green part does not have pieces that go over it except for the leaf and the stem, okay? So just make sure we're good there. And then I just want to double check one thing really fast. I believe that this part, okay, good. My stem covers the whole thing, so I don't need to worry about that. So now I am definitely going to use my Eileen's my Eileen's glue for this because these are so thin. There's no way that I could use hot glue and get this thing right, okay? Now, I'm gonna probably not glue every single piece, but I do want to have a liberal amount of glue on here. Now, I am trying my best not to go over and not have it be clumpy out the sides, but this stuff does dry clear, which is great. So I'm not as worried about it. So yesterday, I know we were talking about the heat. Chris told me after I got in with my live that the heat index yesterday was 115. And it was supposed to be hotter today. And so we have an office in St. Louis. And one of the guys that I work with lives in St. Louis. And he was telling me today on one of my calls that, oh, it's just so hot here. It's been 90 degrees. I'm like, you shut your mouth. I was there a couple weeks ago and it was not that hot. It was actually kind of nice because it was cooler. But he's like, oh my God, it's going to be 80 tomorrow and I can't wait. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, I can't even imagine 80 degrees right now. I can't. Like, it sounds like heaven to me. Okay, so I'm going to just make sure that this is all lined up before I really push it down all the way, but I think I'm good now. Let me see. Okay. So all on the green part, we're not going to do anything, okay? So that's why we painted all of it. Make sure. Okay, we're already looking really cool. Now, this bottom part, we have some pieces here. Let me just, my chair sounds like I'm going to break it, but I promise I'm not. I don't think I am. Maybe I will. I don't know. 62. Oh my gosh. Wow. I can't even imagine. Well, I can because that's how it was in Tennessee. It was hot. It's hot there right now. Sandra can tell you it's hot during the day, but in the evenings it cools down a lot. It gets nice in the evenings. And let's not forget about our leaf, which I just dropped. So that's our little leaf too that goes in here. So, and I know I painted the leaf, but that's okay. You can paint it or you can put in the insert, whatever you like. I want to do the insert just because it gives it just a little bit more depth. Now, I didn't do the inserts for every piece because it was a lot of pieces. I think that was the intention. The designer that made this file intended for it to be every little piece, but I couldn't do it, okay? I only did the pumpkin pieces and the leaf piece, one little leaf and the stem because y'all, we'd have been here all night. And plus, then whenever I have to try and duplicate those cuts and the pieces fall through the bed on my laser. And so I couldn't. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of glue here. And then I'm also gonna put glue on this because I don't know if that was enough glue a second ago. So they should just slide right in there. Oh my goodness, y'all. So Mom, this is one of the files that you picked the other day. My mom was sending me, y'all, she sent me so many files and I'm like, okay, I've spent way too much money on files now, so quit it. Quit sending me stuff. I can't. And then she'd send me a few more and I'd buy them. And she's like, well, you don't have to buy every one. And I'm like, okay, but come on. Really? It's like she doesn't even know me at all. Okay? But yeah, I did actually have to buy them all because they were all super cute and I liked every last one of them. And I could see myself doing a project with all of them. And so here we are. But I'm glad I bought this one. I like it a lot. Okay, I think I'm obsessed with this. Okay, look how pretty that looks. I love it. And you know, we could have even added a couple little more flourishes in the corners. Okay, so now we've got the words for Hello Pumpkin. And my intention was to not put them on the actual thing, but to put them on the frame. My mom does love spending my money, y'all. Did you see that? She does. That's like her favorite pastime is to watch me spend money. I'm telling you. I've never seen her more excited. Me house shopping and buying furniture and now buying files. Okay. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, so I think it's pretty good on the frame. Okay. And then I want to do the same exact thing down here. I think I'm going to do it. I sort of want to make it. I gotta space it out though, because if not, it's going to be cockeyed. Or like not straight. Just start with the middle letter, okay, in the middle, and then go from there. So I think that's about the middle. I don't know, I don't actually measure things out. Just generally go for it. Okay, so I am lining this up with the bottom, but my intention was not to line it up with the bottom, but to make it like put the letters half and half. But I'm probably gonna lean this over here. I love that, Paula. It's probably gonna be sitting in here for a little while. But I intended for these to be half on the frame so that you could hang it, because you can easily hang this. Oops, y'all, what am I doing here? I don't know what is wrong with me. So let me tell you a funny story about throwing my cutouts everywhere. So whenever I had that party at my house, of course I did I don't know what I was thinking. I did a tour of my house for everybody that came. So I take them into my office next door to me, in my other room. And I'm like, yeah, so this is my laser, and I'm showing them. And I have these like stacks at the time. I don't right now, but at the time I had a bunch of stacks of cutouts everywhere. Okay. And they weren't put together or anything. Okay. They were just cut out, and they were all stacked up on the cardboard because I'm going to shrink wrap them, or I'm going to use them on a live. And so I just had them there, and every person that walked in that room went in there and picked up something, and like picked up a whole sheet of like cardboard sheet, and ended up dumping all of those cutouts everywhere. And I'm like, okay, cool. And every one of them was like, oh my God, I didn't know. It was a trap. So that's what I just did to myself right now. That's okay. At least I already had this lined up. Now, you can see the glue here, but it's already starting to dry. Like on the U, it's already starting to dry. So just keep that in mind whenever I show you this. Maybe I'll dry it first, but it will dry clear. So that's good. Yeah, I think I'm going to dry it. Yeah, I do have a Glowforge. I don't use my Glowforge anymore. Now I have a Thunder. It's a bigger one. Because the Glowforge is more of a hobby type machine. The bed size on it is a lot smaller. And so that kind of limits what you can cut on it. So now I have a Thunder, which I can cut up to 24 inches tall. And then it's 36 inches wide. So I can do huge rounds on it, like 20-inch rounds or bigger, even up to 24. But it's pretty awesome. You can cut all kinds of stuff. Plus it's faster than the Glowforge was. In general, I like it more. But for my business, you know, I started off with the Glowforge, and that was great. It was fantastic because I didn't know what I was doing at all. Isn't it super pretty? I had no idea what I was doing, and so I needed to, it definitely needed to be smaller. So I'm thinking maybe a little bow on there might be nice, but without the bow it would be nice too, I think. So I'm gonna just, oops. But yeah, I have a Thunder now, And I do still have my Glowforge. I need to list it for sale. All right. So I'm thinking the bow. I don't know what y'all think about it. Let me show you what I have here going on. Okay, look how pretty that is. And here is with the bow on the center right there. So tell me, bow or no bow? Real quick. Hi, Joni. How are you? Welcome. But look how pretty. And that shimmer, or the, I say shimmer, the Rub and Buff, no bow. All right, you got it. That Rub and Buff is just too cool looking. Oh, we have lots of bows. Okay. Well, I think the majority says bow. Mom, what do you think? Bow or no bow? Yes on the bow. Okay. Sorry, Deborah. I was with it for a second, but all right. We're gonna add it. So when you do yours, don't put a bow on it. Yeah, I do like it with the bow too. Hi, Shanna. How are you? Welcome. Hi, Christine. Okay, ladies. So check it out. What do you think? Do I get some approval here? I think this project knocked it out of the park. I think so. So you can comment the word pumpkin to get all the stuff to make this yourself. These frames are going away, okay? So if you don't have any of these frames and you love this one, it is double-sided, okay? The other side's blank right now. But we could totally do Christmas on the other side and just flip it over, okay? But if you want to get this at a discount, make sure that you comment the word pumpkin and fill out that link. And fill it out fast if you want the Surface too, because these are going away and they're not going to last long, okay? They are low inventory or low stock right now, and then they're retiring after they're gone, okay? I love you all. So check this out one more time. I'll post this in my VIP group as well so that you can see it. But I think this one just really knocked this out of the park. Okay? Love you guys. I hope you had a great Friday, and I hope you get to sleep in tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow. I'll probably do an early live tomorrow too, I think, maybe. Okay? See y'all. Oh, well.